Hello folks, and welcome back to the channel. I got another tutorial for you guys. First, let's get this YouTube stuff out of the way. If you like the content, make sure to smash that like button and then share it on your social media. When you share it on your social media, follow me on that Bird app. The link is in the description. Subscribe to the channel, click that notification bell for all if you haven't done it yet already. And leave some comments underneath the video. If you've got any questions or comments, just leave it below the video and I'll get back to you. I always read my comments, guys. That's all the free and easy things you can do to help support the channel. If you want to support the channel directly, look in the description. Use the Ko-Fi link for a one-time tip or the subscribe star to join as a channel member. Otherwise, underneath the YouTube video, use the join button or the super thanks button. All right, guys. Let's get into this. Roll that intro. Okay, guys, the first thing we want to do with our cluttering is lighting, because right now we have no lights in the house at all. So if you hit your A button, that will turn the lights off, and it's kind of lit, but we're gonna do some lighting. Now, there's a lot of different ways to do lighting, but I like the really easy kind. Because if you put too many lights in, like you can only put 4 shadow casting lights, and if you more than I think it's 4 or 6, I'm not really sure the number, but 4 is I think is the top for shadow casting lights. Also, if a mesh, let's say this farmhouse and or the door mesh, has more than 4 light sources hitting it, one of the light sources will turn off. And what happens then is that's when you go into a cell and you turn and you see a light blink off, and you turn back and you look at it and it turns back on. That means a different one turned off that's out of your view. That means there's too many lights in the cell, which happens if you're using a light source like a torch or a ring of light or some kind of thing like that. That will happen a lot. But just in vanilla, more than 4 light sources hitting a mesh will cause lights to turn on and off. Now, there are mods that help with that. The static mesh improvement mod, that really helps. So I'm going to show you how to do it the easy way that I found. Now, I need sources for a source for light. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my static here, and in my filter, I'm going to type in candle horn. And I'm going to use the candle horn chandelier, because if I preview this is the one with the long chain, or yeah, that one, long bar. It's not a chain. It should be a chain, but it's not. I've thought about changing that in Outfit Studio at some point, which I can do that with Outfit Studio. Make sure your snap to grid is on and your snap to angle is on. And I'm going to zoom in here. I'm going to kind of go up underneath here, just like this. Now I'm going to want to put my lights. The source of my light is going to be right here. So I'm going to take and I'm going to put that in there. I'm going to use my Z key. And I'm going to move this down until it's right about there. That looks good. centered up there. centered up there. That's great. That's great. So, there's a reason why I picked right there. Well, you can actually, I think what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to move this so that it all centers out. But first we're going to go to our lights. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to clear the filter down to candle. I'm going to go down here in world objects and I'm going to go to light. And what I want to use is, what I'm going to use is the candle default light no NS, which means no shadow. And I'm going to stick that right there. And it just, yeah, there we go. That's good right there. And then I'm going to take and move it down. Probably about that much. I'm going to push my A button. And that will let you know how big the light pool is. And I'm going to use my S button to increase the light pool to about like that. And let's take a look and see how it's doing down there in the bottom. So we're going to take and move it down. Just like that. Because it doesn't really matter if it's there at the floor. It will light up down here too. And we're going to use FX glow effects to give the candles and stuff look like they're actually working. So I'm going to hold control and I'm going to click on that one time. Now I'm going to move this over here using my X key to about the middle of that. That looks good. And then I'm going to duplicate the whole setup. Yeah, it's gotten a lot brighter. So I'm going to go and move this over to here. And I want it to be in the center, and it's not. It needs to go back one. So now my test cell is all my house here is all completely lit up, and it looks good. So one thing I forgot to mention, just for shits and giggles, is that you need a COC marker too, and an X marker. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go into your static, clear filter, type in COC, and we're going to drop a COC marker in there. It doesn't really matter where it's at, but because that's where, when you drop in a COC marker in your cell, that'll always be where the kit goes to when you load the cell. Now we're going to need an X marker. And so we're going to type in X marker, and we want just a regular X marker. We're going to drop that in right there. Just like that. And we're going to double click that, and we're going to find the location ref tab. And we're going to put in lock location center marker, and we're going to put that on there. And that's going to come in handy later, especially if you want to make your house compatible for marriage and stuff, because you have to link your bed and all kinds of things to that, and that will show up in your new location. So go ahead and save your mod, and when you open your new location, is this, you see where the reference comes in right there? It recognizes the reference, and it recognizes the references on the door. So that's good. And we're good there. Now we're going to move on and do some more cluttering.